Assalamu alaikum and Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Today, I'd like to start a new series that about generative AI with Kaggle. And from the beginning, we start about prompt engineering. So, what is prompt actually? Prompt is an input that the large language model uses, and based on this, it can predict the specific output. So whatever we give as an input, for example, in ChatGPT or Gemini, it's called a prompt. Who write it? Well, if you want to write any prompt, you do not need to be a data scientist or machine learning engineer. Everyone can write. Prompt engineering is an iterative process. So, yes, I already told that everyone can write the prompt, but how it is an iterative process? Well, we can give the model anything for as an instruction. For example, like, hey, hello, write a poem based on today's weather, just as a prompt. It return any random text or any poem, whatever. But I expected that it return me any more specific Python code. It cannot return, but I expected it. Why the model cannot return? Because of I just give him the prompt where I cannot give any instruction that you can return me any code. So over the time, if I mention in the prompt that give me a Python code which can add to float number or it can multiple to number, then the model return the code. So based on the prompt, it not only the prompt but also it can depend on others cases. For example, the model, what model we are using, the training data set, model configuration, word choice, and the overall structure. So misleading prompt can give us the inaccurate response, and the model cannot give the meaningful output. So over the time when we furnishing our prompt, and after certain uh, give prompt or give some providing example, it can give us the what we actually want basically. Now moving forward, so what was the use case of prompt? Well, maybe we utilize know that, or maybe no, but we all use the prompt for our on daily basis. For example, we can use prompt for language and code translation. Like, I have the C language code, I want to translate it into the Python code, or new code generation based on the prompt. It can generate new code documentation. For example, I have a code, but there is no comment. So whenever a newcomer read the code, maybe he might be struggle with it. So I want to write a documentation for the code, text summarization, information extraction, and text classification. So I give the prompt and LLM give me the output. But how? What's the mechanism behind it? There are so many sampling controls handle it. Among them, the top three is temperature, top K, and top P. So what the temperature? I add an picture here is that actually an indicator of the today's temperature, not like the temperature means in the LLM. The temperature, it defines the randomness of output generation. If the temperature's value is 0, that means it is more deterministic. And if I set the high value of temperature, it gives me the randomness value or more creative output. Mm, the next one is top K. So LLM actually it give us the sequence, and the sequence depend on the probability value. So for example, I said hi, hello, then what the next word it can predict. So for example, it predict the 10 word, how are you, hi, hello, how are you. Then here is based on like it gives 20 word for example, and based on this I just select top three. Among them k value is 3, specifically I define this. So then among the three words, which one is the best probability, it can select it. And what does the top p means actually? Well, p sampling selects the top token which cumulative probability doesn't exceed a certain value. For example, I say select the top p value is 80%. So the when I select top three value, if I sum of their probability and if it doesn't exist the 80%, then I choose this one. Otherwise, uh, in this particular point, it can ignore it. Okay. So prompting techniques. Well, there are so many techniques available, but we are focusing only two: zero shot and one shot or few shot. So what is the zero shot prompt? Like sometimes we just give the model the hey, mm, write a particular topic, but the model don't know actually, or they have no training data. Just we write a command that classify the movie review as a positive or negative. It can give us the output. Sometimes it can give us more than the, like we cannot provide any example, just give the instruction. This is called zero shot. Okay. And what was the one shot or few shot? One shot and few shot, when we add any additional example one, then it's called one shot. More than one example add, it's called the few shot. Okay. So now we'd like to visit the Google AI Studio, where we first we show how actually prompt works and what are the model. So this is the Google AI Studio. If you just search on aistudio.google.com, it redirect the page. And first of all, here in the left side you can see that there is a prompt gallery. So there are so many prompt template, you can say. So we select the easiest one. For example, okay, trip recommendation. So we can see that here is an article about thing like an structured format in 3 column, activity based season and party. So if I run this, then what it return? Based on this, it can return 3 column. Okay. And on the right corner, you can say the right setting. This is the by default one. And in this here we can use maximum to token 1 million. So the total number of token already 432, and this is the temperature. So we can increase the randomness or decrease the value. By default it was 1. Also there are so advanced setting and top p, and we do not go there, just make it simple. And we see that there is a Gemini model. So basically, if we go to the page ai.google.dev Gemini API docs, here we can see that the latest Gemini model, and actually we are going to prompt practicing with help of Gemini thing. So what we have to do also, there are, we see that prompting, like click here we can find the documentation. Actually, we cannot memorize anything, as nowadays everything are right. We just have to give sometimes, and we just uh, take look at this what actually it is. So go through this site and you can find your interest and you can learn so many things, and there are nicely documented what does it say actually or what it is. Okay, we run this model. Okay, then we will change the things later. Okay, now I copy the text, for example, and I select right here, but I add here, instead of 3 column I add here 5 column. It's best season, time need, activity, amount of time need, review, and transport system. Let's see what it is written. Okay, let's see how the prompt control it. Okay, what if I do not, if I remove this one, and okay, I reset everything. Here we can see reset button, and already total token number is nearly 2000. So if I reset everything, it will set 0. Okay, so here I insert this, and okay, let's wait a little more. Okay, so in the earlier time, if you notice that I give him that return 3 column, and give on based on this it return 3 column output, but now what you look say, there is no column. So you see that how the prompt actually control the model team. And why you are using this Google AI Studio? Well, there are the generative model already trained large language model, but we just use this with help of an API. Okay, and here also you can see that more option available, like create new prompt. If I create here, I can use the template, or I can use others one. For example, I give it the name that my assistant. Okay, I just it is my boss, and I give him instruction like what I have to say. Mm, answer well in 2 paragraph, no more than 100 words. Okay, now I want to ask something here, like uh, what is the future of AGI? And I just like see, okay, probably, and okay, I change the prompt, like I don't know what is the future of deep learning. Okay, probably there has some error, or we can change the model. Like here we use the Gemini Flash model, and you see that we can change any model here, and whenever we change the model we can see that the number of token limitation also change, but I don't know why it's not work. Okay, Let's see, I insert it again here and try to run. Okay, so in the earlier I strictly mentioned that answer must be in two paragraphs. That's why it give me the answer in two. Okay, so okay, no, not now here. Now I create another prompt and I just randomly ask him. I do in this time I do not give any instruction. Let's see what it returns, as there is no word limit or no paragraph limit. Okay, so it can give me, wow, 7302 can. Okay, if I change the temperature into, and in the output length, okay, here I just select 80%, and now I want to know that like what will be the output. Okay, so okay, if you just remember that, as far as I remembering, there are something related about explainable AI. Yes, that also wrote it. So you can see that how it actually change, or we can how we control it over the here. Also, we can create a new tune model structural prompt. So what actually structured prompt? Basically, what does it means? Well, structured prompt means we give us the input, and here is the how we actually want to return the model output. So we can add here 500 example. Okay, so I'm not showing it. If you are interested, just go through here. Like you can generate your own. For example, mm, let's say today is Sunday. It's written no, it is not. Is it rainy day? Yes. Then I just write here any test example like what day is today. So I have to run this model, and now let's see what today is Sunday. Okay. Here I yesterday was, yes it was. Okay, now I want to run the what the day name. Let's see what it generates the output. Okay, yesterday was Friday. Okay, let's see what it generate the output. Okay, if I change the, for example, I generate a new day like month Sunday. Okay, just for fun, let's see what it return. Okay, it return the Saturday. Actually, it cannot detect the random DNA. Okay, so we can create it. But now I have another thing that I want to share with you, that we can generate the API key from here, and we want to test it with our the Google Colab. So for simply time consuming, as I have to write some code, predefined code from collect from the Google Kaggle white papers. So how do we add the API key? First of all, we want to see like just get API key, and if we create the API key, okay, then Gemini API. Okay, and the create, it's generated a key. I have already one key here, so uh, don't, if you copy that after completing the session, I will delete this. So I just copy the key and in inserting the Kaggle. So if we just click here, add one, and the secret, it goes to here, and we just use the add secret key. Here we enter the value and what we have to the name. We can set the name is Gemini API key, and we save it. And but if we do not select the uh, select button, otherwise it cannot take the key. For example, like if we click this, here is the value change. Okay, this. Okay, so as much as key we want to add, we can set any name whatever we want, but make sure that the two name have to be same, otherwise we cannot find it. Okay, so my key is add done, so I have to run the code. Okay, step by step. First of all, we have to download the Google Generative AI things, and then after that it should be done. And okay, so first of all I want to see that how many models are available there. Okay, so it takes sometimes, we have to wait. Okay, it's done already, so there is no error. That means it can find the my secret key. If I want to print the secret key is actually, then I just run this, and if I can cross check with your, but I want to know the total number of model, what model you can use here. Gemini Pro, there are so many models. You can see question answering, text embedding, Gemini Pro, and also embedding model. So we are using Gemini 1.5 flash here. We can, if you want to use any model, we can just copy the name and you can insert here. So as like, I first of all I want to give him explain me just everything remain the configuration. I just simply run this code and I want to know what it actually return to me. So it returns me that this is the what about the future of generative. Okay, sorry, explain the generative AI like I have no deep learning. Okay, so it returns me, and we can also start the chat from here. Like I said, my name is here, and okay, before going to here I can like use another model, Gemini 1 Pro. So let's see how it gives the output. Okay, I hope it can give us a little change. It is like so, and we have to change this here also, otherwise it can check this. Let's see, will it return or we get error? No, but if we focus on the last paragraph both here, so it's you can notice that there is a little change. So whenever we change the model, we can get the different result. So we can test whatever you want, but if I rerun again, I will change. Definitely the output will not same, as it is large language model and it always predict and generative new thing. We can start also chat with help of Gemini API. For example, I said his name and the print text. Okay, so can you tell me something interesting about AGI? Okay, I just asked him, and he told me so many things. Okay, in 500 words. Okay, let's see how many things it can generate or what does it return. Yeah, it's do amazing. Now I asked him, I set my name, but what it returns look like. We have to wait. Okay, yes, it can remember my name. And if you want to know about the model configuration, you can search this here. Like this is the input token limit 1 million, output token 8,000, just above 8,000, and the default temperature is 1.0, max temperature is 2. And for example, we can put another model here like this one, or let's see what it returns. You can see that okay, max temperature both are point uh, max temperature 2 and when starting from default temperature is 1. Okay, so we can also, like in the early previous model, we just call the model like, hey, give me, and using the same code here, but we have to control the max token 200 and temperature with 2. We can select it like 1.3.